If you own a 2011 through a 2019 Ford Explorer, you need to watch this video. I want to go over a little bit in the replacement process of these Ford Explorers and why these cars are disproportionately expensive to put a windshield in versus some of the other similar SUVs of their size. So from, I think it was 2011 to 2019, I said, these windshields have side moldings that cover the exterior of the glass on the A-pillars, so both sides. And it's got an inner and an outer molding. So the way these go together, these guys bolt on the outsides of the A-pillar and cover up the edge of the glass on both sides. And then you have another cover that snaps into it and retains to it. That is a reveal molding on top of the first reveal molding. So you've got inners and outers. Typically, on cars like this, this would be a one-piece molding if it has an exterior A-pillar molding like this. These Explorers are one of the few exceptions that have a two-piece setup. They were really aggravating when they first come out because you really couldn't get these parts, and everybody was under the impression these were probably reusable. So everybody was pulling them off and gluing them back down, and they were real aggravating. So as time went on, Ford deemed these moldings a one-time use molding. So when you pull them apart, you buy these moldings in a kit. They come with inner and outers for both sides. And not only are they snapped together, so the inners are bolted to the car, then the outers snap to the inners, but you also have to put urethane on the inside of it, or glue, to glue the inners and outers together. And the reason you have to do that is because these moldings were notorious for just flying off. I mean, these from the time these cars come out, they would pull off the dealer lot, and you get 5 miles down the road, and this outer molding would just fly off the car and be laid on the side of the highway somewhere. And while you're riding around, just look at all the other Ford Explorers on the road and look at how many of them are missing outer moldings. You'll see this inner piece, but this outer piece is nowhere to be found. That's because after they had a windshield replaced, it just decided to fly off somewhere, or somebody didn't put these back on according to Ford's recommendations. And they take a trip somewhere off in a ditch and don't come back. So I wanted to break this down a little bit on why this is so expensive. So if we were to sell, before you factor in labor or anything of that sort, just parts, the cost of the windshield on this vehicle, if we were selling it on a ticket, what it would be, our line item total on the invoice, would be $265 for the glass itself. The moldings, however, are $300. So the moldings cost more than the windshield itself when we come out to do a windshield replacement on these. So if you do have one of these Ford Explorers and you're going to need a windshield replacement in the future, if you're not going through insurance and you're paying out of pocket, this is something you need to prepare for, and just realize this is not a straight $300 or $400 replacement like it would be anywhere else on any other car. This is an expensive replacement due to the nature of how these cars are put together. So I've got these standard Explorer moldings pulled out right here. I wanted to show you some other interesting things about these Explorers. These things were also standard in cop cars. So traditionally you used to see a lot of these things, and they had a spotlight on the driver's side. Now, some of them also have spotlights on the passenger side. So some of these kits will come with pre-cut holes in them, and that's where the spotlight attachment comes through the A-pillar of the car and comes out through this trim. It makes it a little difficult to replace these things sometimes, a little more time consuming. But every once in a while, you'll have an Explorer that's got two spotlights on it. They got one on both A-pillars, driver and passenger side. So this is pretty neat. And then we had a while back, Ford has finally put a recall out on these things because they had such an issue with them. It only took them 10 years to do it, but, well, 13 years to do it. But they finally got around to putting a recall out on these moldings. So, but for the longest time, we got to where we couldn't get these police moldings anymore. So when we got a call from like a police department or something, one of our local police departments, to put a windshield in one of these things, I would have to custom make these A-pillar moldings. And I actually, here I'll show you my template that I made forever ago. This thing's been floating around. It's had stuff spilled on it. But I took one of the takeoffs and I made a template so that we could use a Dremel tool and cut out replacements for cop cars and make sure we get them new parts on it. You see, I just place it up on there on our new part. I'd put tape on there, blue painter's tape. I'd trace it out and then go back with a Dremel tool and cut the hole out in the outer, and then line it up on the inner and do the same thing on the inner. I'd cut the inner out. But so there's some information for you guys on 2011 to 2019 Ford Explorers. Like I said before, if you've got one of these, you're going to need a windshield replacement on it. Get ready to come off of a little bit of change. It's not a cheap process. If we can help you on any of these cars, shoot us a call at 843-379-7222, or you can stop by and see us at 820F Paris Island Gateway, and that's in Beaufort, South Carolina, 29906. Thank you guys. Thank you for your support. Give us a like and a share on this video, and if you're on YouTube, give us a subscribe, share, comment. Let's do the best we can here to try to get everybody watching these videos, so that as we put out this consumer information content or consumer awareness content, we can make as many people aware of all these things we're going over as possible going in the future. Thank you, guys.